Morning, everybody. Welcome back. Beautiful day out here today. We really should be probably fishing instead of working, but you know, it happens. Today we're going to go pick up a couple implements that we acquired. One of them is about a 5-foot 3-point brush beater, and the other one is a 5-foot box blade. And my original plan, I hooked the trailer on behind the welding truck last night and was going to go out there after I went to the coffee shop this morning because I thought there was a tractor out there that we could load them with a front end loader on it. And I was just going to load both of them up on the trailer, strap them down, bring them out here to our place, and figure out how to unload them then. Back them in the shop, use that overhead hoist or something. I get out there this morning and the tractor with the loader on it that I thought was there isn't there. So I'd already committed myself to doing this today and need to get them out there. Need that blade out there for sure. That driveway is getting terrible. So I guess instead of doing it the easy way, we're going to make 2 trips. I'm on my way out right now to get the 51 WD. We'll unhook the bell mover off the back of it and we'll take it out here, load it up, take it out, probably get the mower first and load it back up, bring it back out here, unload it, set the mower off somewhere along the fence, load it back up, go get the box blade. So maybe if I've got enough time this afternoon, we may try to work on that driveway a little bit and see if we can get it smoothed up, because it's bad, and it's getting to where it's washed out enough that there's a big hump in the middle of it, and my 3/4 ton and my welding truck will go over it just fine, but that little 91 Chevy half-ton that we drive back and forth all the time, it's getting deep enough tracks in it now that the front end, the front bumper, and the valance under it tries to drag a little if you're not careful. I'm afraid I'm going to end up getting high-centered one of these days. So I'm hoping that tractor will work. I know I've got enough power to blade it. I'm a little worried pulling that box blade with rippers. I may run out of traction, and I don't have any wheel weights to fit that tractor. But I've already checked. I work at a tire shop, so I've already checked on the price of liquid ballast for it. It'd be $150 or so to fill both of them tires. So I may have to bring our tank and pump and everything out here, put some ballast in the tires to give me a little more traction. But we'll see how that works once we get it out here. So anyway, let's go load the tractor up. Yeah, as you guys can see, this old driveway is getting pretty bad. That's one of the reasons we're going to go out here and get this blade. Hopefully we can fix some of this. Where all the cows are today. They must be up on the north side. I don't see them out here. Yeah, as you can tell, it's getting pretty rough. While we're out here, I'm going to give you guys kind of a little bit of a sad update on one of the tractors. If y'all remember back, it's been back almost a year ago now, or getting close to it, we started work on the old 51 Farmall M. We called it Lieutenant Dan. Well, that old tractor was going to need a lot more work than what we had the funds, the time, or quite frankly, just the willingness to put in it. And you remember not too long after that, I bought a 41M that runs good and everything, but it had a lot of wear on the axle and needed a few other parts. And then a friend of mine posted here a couple days ago, or a couple weeks ago, I guess it has been now, that he was looking for a head for a Farmall M, and well, I happen to have one. So, as much as it pained me yesterday, Lieutenant Dan became a parts tractor. And I salvaged a bunch of parts out of it that I'm going to need to fix up that other one. Pulled the head off of it for Will. And salvaged a bunch of other pretty good parts to take to the tractor show here in a couple weeks and go to the swap meet and try to sell some of it. Hopefully we can get enough out of it to fund some of these other projects we've got going on, because money's kind of tight, and well, I've got that C in there that has been tore down for a while that we need to get the engine put back together on, and a few other things. So, and you know what they say, I mean, it was a good old tractor, but it hadn't ran in several years, and the more I got into it, the more it needed that we just didn't have the funds to do, and I'd rather put it into that other one. It's a lot nicer tractor. So, you know what they say, good tractors make good parts. So, I got to clean that up after a while. I got a bag of floor dry last night that I need to clean that up. We had a little mishap, but as you can tell, it's now in pieces. But we got a lot of good parts. Hopefully that he will give his life so that he can make others live on. We got a couple good bull gears right there. They're in pretty good shape. I never did find them. As you guys know, these M's, if the bearings come out, or the balls come out of one of the bearings inside, they can work their way around, get under those bull gears, and shatter the bottom of that case. I hadn't found the balls. Maybe somebody dug them out of there. Maybe they're in that tub full of oil over there. But this bearing on the differential was missing about 4 or 5 of its balls. But we're able to save that bearing, and the same bearing is also in the inner axle bearing, and both of those are good as well. So, and that's good, because those bearings, the only place I've found you can get them is from a C&H dealer, and they are about $400 a piece. So I was very excited that we had 3 out of the 4 that were still good. I got a pretty good set of gears. So if you guys need any parts for an M, hit me up. I'll make you a good deal on them. So anyway, that's enough blabbering about that. I just wanted to give you all the sad update on Lieutenant Dan. So, but hopefully we'll get that one running with some of the pieces out of him, and he will live on in that tractor. So, and that tractor's pretty special to me. I tried to buy that years ago from a very good friend of mine, and ended up he sold it to another guy, and then I bought it from him. So we'll get that one running. There's not much gas in that old tractor. Hopefully it's got enough to at least get on the trailer. We'll stop at the store when we get to town and put a little in it. I always unhook the battery. It's more habit than anything now. I could probably leave it hooked up. When we first bought both of these tractors, the wiring was just atrocious on them. I was always afraid walking away for 5 minutes they might catch fire. Now I could probably leave it hooked up. I've completely rewired both of them. if we can load this thing up without taking out the fenders on the trailer. I don't know if I've told you guys, but that tractor has 14, I think they're 14.926. Uh-oh. We may have just ran out of gas. That may not be good. Oh no. Lovely. Anyway, that tractor's got combine tires on the back of it. And when you load it on that trailer, there's about a 1/2 inch clearance on either side of them fenders. So I'm gonna go see if this thing's out of gas. I may have to run back to town, take the gas can with me. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Yep, I was right. It died because it's out of fuel. So I got a gas can, and luckily we got the old hoopty out here. So at least we don't have to drag the trailer all the way back to town. I was afraid of that, and I thought of it this morning, but my gas can was out here. So, oh, come here. Couldn't get the keys off the hook. So anyway, we'll run back down, get some gas, and come back and try it again. Y'all wanna know what my biggest pet peeve is? People that don't secure their dadgum neck wrap after they cut it off of a bale. And then it blows off their pickup, lays in the middle of the road, gets wound up in your drive shaft. And I'm here to tell you, that stuff, you get it wrapped around the drive shaft, it ain't fun. Because it usually doesn't happen in good weather. No, it happens when it's about 20 below zero and 2 foot of snow on the ground. Well, anyway, back on our way to town. Okay, got the tractor back full of gas now. Well, not full, but I put 5 gallons in it. So let's try to load it up now. Like I said, with those wider tires on here, and I got a little hug this side, but it's just barely touching. He's not pushing on the fender too bad, but as you can tell, there's not much room to get that old girl up on there. That tractor fits a lot better. It's got regular 12.4/28s on it, and it'll just go right up on there. That one's a little tight fit, but we got her on there. I'll get the straps out, we'll strap it down, and we'll head back out there to the other place where all the stuff is. All right, we may be in Texas right now, but we still have to give it the good old Oklahoma guarantee. That ain't going nowhere. We'll see you when we get out there to where we're going. All right, everyone, we finally made it out here to where the brush beater and the blade are. I think we're gonna get the brush beater first, and I don't know if we're going to get both of them today or not. I've burned up too much daylight already, but we'll try. So let's get this thing started and off the trailer. And brush beater's right over there. So see if we can get it on here and get it hooked up and load it up and head it home. Just almost need wider ramps for load that tractor up. Rear wheel track's so wide. Back it down with the rear tires centered, the front ones are right on the edges of the ramps. We make it work. Anyway, there's our beater. Let's see if we can get it up out of the dirt. It's been sitting there for 10 years or longer probably. know about you guys, but I hate hooking up to 3-point implements that have been sitting in the dirt and buried for years. They're a pain. I like my old pull-type beater a heck of a lot better. But we got her hooked up. So let's get her back on the trailer and let's head back for the farm. Show you guys what I was having trouble with right quick. We're gonna have to do a little modifying, I think. I think it'll work. This has got two lift points on it. And I was gonna try to use these even though they're the wrong size pin. But this part of my 3-point arm was hitting right here. So I had to use these here, and they're a little tight. I think a little bit of rust on them. We'll buff them out and clean them up a little, but I think that'll work. Or I might extend these pieces out just a little and redo that. But hey, the price was right. So anyway, we got her loaded. Let's strap her back down, put the ramps up, and we'll go to town. And the box blade is right over there off the end of my finger. I don't know if we're gonna make it back time to get it today or not, but we'll try. Well guys, it's the next weekend and we finally came over and got the box blade. After we loaded the brush beater up last weekend, you know, it was so beautiful Sunday when we were doing all that, and I got it loaded. We headed out to the farm and we passed by our little fishing hole we fish at all the time. And that water on that pond was smooth as glass. So I said, the heck with it. We'll get the box blade next weekend. And we parked the pickup tractor and we went fishing. Caught a few pretty good fish, so had a good time. But kind of wish this morning that I would have just went ahead and come over last Sunday because it turned off cold. I didn't film any loading this up this time, because it's about 40 degrees with a wind chill of about 26 right now. So, and cloudy, overcast. It rained a little last night. Got a good chance of rain tomorrow and all next week. So, hey, we'll take all the rain we can get. But anyway, I think this is gonna conclude this episode. We're gonna take this back, and I don't know if I'm gonna unload it today or just leave it sitting on the trailer. That's one reason I hooked the trailer behind this pickup, because I don't ever drive it very much. I could just leave it hooked up if I needed to. And who knows? I'm going to Pawnee in a couple of weeks. This tractor may go to Pawnee with the box blade hooked on it, because I may not want to unload it. But anyway, I want to thank y'all for watching. And go ahead, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, so you can see more of the adventures we get into. So I'm gonna head on back out to the farm and see what kind of trouble we can get into next. Thank y'all. See you next time.